And hello, everyone, and welcome to Meta One Designs headquarters. And we are here for another episode of Beyond the NFT. Man, I love these Mondays. These Mondays are my favorite. Of course, my name is Sinful, and I am your host for tonight's show. Just before we begin, I want to take a moment to thank Meta One Designs and the Meta Tribe Plaza for allowing us to host Beyond the NFT at such an amazing build here on Decentraland. And yeah, if you're visiting, make sure to check out all the builds and yeah, play around with all the features that Mr. J Stickle has set up for us. Um, um, looks like I lost myself in my intro. I'm so sorry. Well, of course, I am very, very thankful that every single one of you are here tonight. It brings me great joy to see so many names that I know. DCL Chess, Rishi Girl. We have Derek over there. Is that Derek? I think that's Derek. He's always flying. We have the legend Odd Job in the building as well. Gotta show him some love. Welcome, Man Daiquiri, Shelly, Toria, Zam, Will, Toxic Waifu, JJ, NFT Bubblegum, Mean Green Doge, Old Guy, and what up, TK? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for popping in tonight. And of course, we have our guest here on Decentraland with us. This is going to be an exciting episode. I'm very happy to be here tonight. Before we get started, just a word from our sponsors here, real quick.
What's up, Bucktown fam? This is Coach Pete, and today I'm really excited to walk you through how easy it is to support our mission. So simple that you can make a difference right here on our website. So first, what I want you to do is go to bucktown.org. On the top, I want you to click the donate
I have
button.
no idea what's
This
going on
button is
over
going to
there.
take you directly to our donation page where you can choose how you would like to contribute to our social cause. You can select a specific amount or even a custom one that you're comfortable with. Every bit helps to help these kids become empowered, as well as help build a strong community.
At least I'm showing up.
Consider
I can't
becoming
even
a
get
recurring
my
donor by selecting
avatar to
the monthly
continually
donation
dance.
option. It's a great way to offer continuous support throughout the year, and you can stop that recurring payment anytime. So from here, all you have to do is fill out all the payment information, and you are all set. After completing your donation, check your email, because you're going to get a confirmation as a thank you for your generosity. Thanks to your support, we can continue to grow, reach more communities,
I'm really good
and
at
help
finding glitches
change
in
lives.
systems.
So please take a second to join us, because we are stronger together. And if you feel someone else may be interested in supporting Bucktown, please feel free to share this with anyone you want on any social media platform, emails, or even in person. My name's Coach Pete. Thank you so much from Bucktown.
If I start
we'll
dancing, if it will stop dancing, but I don't know.
All right, and we're back. Big shout out to Bucktown MMA. Keep doing your thing and making Decentraland proud. So tonight's guest is a 2D artist, photo, AI, RPG, and voiceover creator that goes by the name of Jackie C. Welcome, Jackie C, to Beyond the NFT. How are you tonight?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me. It's such an honor to, be here partying with everyone in Decentraland and just chatting and getting to know everyone a little bit better here too.
Well, we're really happy to have you here tonight on Beyond the NFT. All my friends that are here on Parcel always love meeting new people and yeah, making friends, because that's what the Central Land is about, connecting and making friends. And you never know when a collab or something beautiful may be created between from these connections.
Oh, collabs are my jam these days for sure. Like, I just love sitting there and delving into other people's creative process and see how we can meld our unique styles and perspectives together.
Yeah, always fun, always a fun process. So usually I like to start off the show by just passing the mic over to you and allowing you to give yourself, a proper introduction to everyone that is here listening and watching us today.
Okay, well, as has already been said, my name is Jackie. I go by Jackie, Jackie C. And if those are taken sadly on social medias, Jackie C underscore art is like my next go to. Been creating art for over 3 decades, been living in the NFT realm for about two or three of them, especially during the pandemic. Like when I first heard the term crypto art, I was like, I've been making this my entire life without even knowing. Like just the different nuances that can go into anybody's piece. Like it is amazing umbrella term that allows us all to be authentically who we are and be able to have a space for it. And it's just like it really warms my heart to see how everyone has taken that and created their own niche from it.
Yes, it is. It is incredible. And how did you find the crypto Web3 space, and what led you to NFTs?
So the crypto like Web3 space, I found this platform called like beta.cent.co back in the day. And it was just literally the modern day Zanga almost, where anybody could do blog posts, anybody could sit there and put whatever content they wanted out there. And they had this thing called like seeding. So like people would give you pennies or like dollars just for sharing your content and material. And I was like, well, this is fun. It's a nice community to engage with. And then I went down the rabbit hole and like tried to start minting some things on Mintable on their gasless chain. Sold one piece there. Was really excited because sold it for what was back then $18, and like it blew my mind to say like, oh, I minted all of these and somebody actually bought one. And from there it snowballed to just trying to find multiple different platforms that would accept me as an artist, and like you didn't need a referral or like a friend to be able to get in. And just got into known origin, heard about deep dream generator and art breeder, and started manipulating pixels from doing just my either physical art, which I still try to get back to doing, or drawing on my tablet, and just being able to expand my creative process from just my film history and my photo history, and just find ways of pushing the boundaries of what is actually seen out there and what is expected.
And so you mentioned your first piece, your first art piece sold, as an NFT. What can you tell us about that first piece? Was it something special to you, or was it something kind of that you just put out there as a proof of concept?
So it was a collection that I was trying to create, and I got inspired by an artist on Instagram and her talking about this pose that she had done. And I was like, well, technically, no one owns a pose. So I used that as a reference image, created more of like a couple together, did my own little spin on it, and played a lot with colors, lighting, just mixed media within the piece itself, but all physically hand drawn, or like not hand drawn, but like tablet drawn, and made it very geometrical. And I did about 3 or 4 of those. And that was back when I was like, okay, I'm going to try and release one every day or every week. But then realized that the oversaturation of platforms come into play. But it still makes me wonder, out of all the ones I put out there, what was so different about this one when there were so many different iterations, almost like a PFP project from like the 5 that I did.
Mhm.
Like, what draws somebody into one piece versus another?
Mhm. Wow. And like, how long did it sell? Like, was it something instant or it took a couple days, weeks?
I think it probably took a couple days. It was not within like the 2-week period or anything like that. I
Mhm.
know that when I told people, they're like, "Wow, that's crazy that you're sold that fast." But then, of course, you know, every once in a while, I'll be lucky. And currently, right now, I'm back to how do I at least get my art out there and art into people's hands. And I love just the ability to do these pretty much free drops and make a little bit from it because
Mhm.
at least people are getting them, appreciating it, and just hopefully finding as much joy in it as I am.
Mhm. Uh, that is awesome. Like, like I always like to ask an artist like, what was the feeling like, when someone picked up a digital, like, your NFT, like the first time you ever get a sell. What is that feeling? Any way you can describe it?
I mean, it's just amazing. Every time that somebody sits there again and it finds joy, like I think that year as well, I was lucky enough to have a few different people sit there and buy my art. Maybe not as NFTs, but I sold, gosh, probably 4 or 5 prints as well within a few months. And it made me just want to continue to give back. I created a Valentine's Day card for that year because my birthday is in February. And so I sent that out to so many people, just like as a hey, I have a little bit. I want to give people things and just go from there. It was just really amazing that, you know, we all are artists. Even if you don't draw, even if you don't think that like you can do a stick figure, as people say, you just being here is art itself. So whatever you're creating is art.
I love that. I love that. So you had mentioned that you kind of like would like to, you came from like a traditional art scene, like, physical. How long have you been an artist or, creating?
Oh gosh. I mean, ever since I could hold a pencil in my hand, hold a crayon, cut out felt. My like one of my fondest memories is we were told in my elementary school to make felt clowns. First of all, my sister was scared of clowns because of the Dumbo, of course.
Oh no.
And so like I had that residual fear of it. So I'm like, I'm gonna make it the cutest little clown that you've ever seen in your life.
Reinvent it.
It's gonna have like, that flower and it's gonna have like water coming out of the flower, all made in felt.
Mhm.
And the teacher said it was the best one that she had, and like put it up for everyone to see in the room. So I'm like, okay, maybe I am an artist.
That is amazing. And so, like early on in life, was there ever a moment or a person that inspired you to kind of like pursue art?
I My dad did jewelry when we were younger, or like when he was in college. My grandparents were though on my mom's side, like her jewelry makers. But probably like my paternal grandma would always take us to museums. She used to be a docent and everything else. So like we grew up just having that appreciation, even though my art history is awful. We still had the appreciation for what goes in there and the time and the effort. And like, you know, if I could do 3D stuff or like build a world like we're in right now, that would be amazing. But that's one skill that hopefully I'll learn in the future, but at this moment, don't. My mom's cousin, however, he has always really inspired me too. He used to create video games, and now like his kids are doing board games and things like that. So it's always like been that fostering feeling that creating worlds is so important, because what you create is usually what you'll end up seeing around you afterwards. Since when you live in it, you're literally writing what you want to view.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So you kind of mentioned creating games real quick there. Is that where the RPG creator portion of your Warpcast bio, like, is that what points towards that?
Um, I got into Dungeons and Dragons and RPG about, oh gosh, 3, 4 years ago as well. Like, started a table a while before the pandemic hit. We kept playing all throughout it. It's one of those things that I was like, oof, I wish I was doing this my entire life. But when I look at character art and look what other people have and like different places out there that you can make things, I didn't see myself in them. So I took it upon myself, and even though people are like, whatever you're creating isn't your typical character, it represents me. And who says that like you can't work a tour and still be a dungeon crawler? If anything, the new season of Discovery has taught me that, like, again, one of my favorite designers who I look up to, like, does a lot of the costuming for them. But like, you can still slay in style, even if you're in a fictional environment.
Mm. That's awesome. Man, I think I thought oh yeah. Am I speaking to a game master here? Is that what's going on right now?
I have yet to run my own games. I know that my Tuesday crew is wanting me to do so.
Ooh.
If I'm able to facilitate that, I totally will. I just like the fun of being the character versus sitting there and having to deal with all the voices at the moment.
Everything that happens, every scenario, and keeping it interesting too.
Oh yeah, I derail everything when it comes to the game master and gameplay. So I'm like, okay, if I'm doing it, I have to be prepared for it on the other end.
Exactly. So I guess this might be a good time to kind of jump into I mean, just a sea of creations that I have found just through looking at your beacon.ai. Um, so yeah, let's take a stroll down memory lane, since you had mentioned earlier that you haven't looked at like your past work in a while. Is there anywhere that you would like to begin?
Oh gosh.
If I'm putting you on
I
the spot, I could
mean,
always pick as well.
I again, I told you about my oldest art piece, which I don't even know if I'd be able to find at the moment. But honestly, what they all conglomerate somewhere. It's just usually gets really dirty and messy when you're dealing with wearable or open sea.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, again, I think probably either going through my archives on my scent page, my Jackie C. scent, not my Jackie scent, because that's my genie story, which has its own little life and hopefully will be revived at some point, because I have all the wearables now for that and have no idea how to do any 3D modeling.
So which one was it? Jackie C. Is it JackieCMyPortfolio.com?
So it's jackiec.scent.co.
Sent. Okay, I have your.
Yeah, and then you can look in some of my archives there because that's one of like the ones that I was doing a lot. So you could do those free drops, and I think my highest collector amount for one of those free drops was over 2,000 people collected one of my pieces.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so here, I think it might be better for you if I share my screen here
Oh, I appreciate that.
so that you can like
So,
look through like and it's like in real time. There's no delay, so it's
so
like
you're
yeah.
gonna want to go all the way down to the bottom,
Okay.
and you're gonna want to go view my archives,
View my.
the NFT archives there. And these are some of my older ones, where you got the new ones at the top, and then you scroll all the way down, and you're gonna see like the first ones I ever minted on here. And there will be a little bit of nudity, so please be forewarned.
Here.
Not mine, AI, I promise. Um,
Here, there. 1 second. Just trying to fix my OBS. Oops, looks like this is not gonna work. Ooh, one big mew. Don't want that either. Here, 1 second.
and then, I mean, some of my first mints are on my old wallet as well that I will avoid using, even though thank goodness for revoke, since I revoke pretty much everything, and I think everything is still currently available. But like if you choose one of the ones in the center right now, like go down a little bit farther.
Yep.
So this one, like I got to add my poems in there as well. I am huge on stream of conscious poetry and just sitting there and having the written word be part of the story too, which is sometimes not possible to do in an NFT.
Mm-hmm.
But my goal is to maybe get back into doing more video work and figuring out how to meld them all together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And all these pieces, were they in collaboration with AI?
Most of them, yes. If you go down to one that I think has like the bean in it, if you go a little bit farther down. Oh, so go up a little bit.
Yep.
One
Right.
more.
Right
So
here.
if you look at all the way over to the left, so that one is actually a hand drawing that I put into AI, and then I kept doing layers and layers and layers on top of it. The piece itself was when I was going through the Tim Burton exhibit at the MCA, no, not the MoMA, I think, in New York. The first time I went and I read everything that he did. The second time I went through and I had my sketchbook out and I kept sketching things from his exhibit, like this wonderful piece, and then like the lips of Sarah Jessica Parker's like head from movies and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But so like, yeah, most of it is in collaboration with AI these days because, you know, it's just another tool to be able to sit there and help enhance creativity.
Mm-hmm. And what's your like to date? What's your Okay, maybe this is a two-part question. To date, what is your most used AI software, like whenever you are making art, and which one's your favorite?
So up until recently, my most used has been DALL-E, but it's been a mixture of DALL-E and Midjourney.
I hear that combination. Like I've seen work come out of that like combination, and everyone seems to like it.
It's quite fun. I find that using the different versions of DALL-E, like I've been going back and looking at my archives because currently I need to re-up my subscription to them. And I was like, you know, sadly I'm that person. If I never generated another piece of artwork again, I could still put out new content every day, probably until I died.
Hey, that you know, for many artists, that is a goal to just have the
Yeah.
constant flow of content. Like even personally myself, like not an artist, but you know, video creator and stuff like that. Like I'm struggling to just like get that flow of art, like just the pipeline we can call it, set up. Okay, so the I mean that was that's a very beautiful piece you there. Is there any other or like on this page, is there any work of art that like holds a, you know, significance to you, kind of like something that was special?
Always hard to say because I find all my art are like my children to me, where even if I have a one of one, it's sometimes really hard for me to let it go. Um, Honestly, I think some of my favorite ones are definitely either the ones that I took the time and did the hand drawing on top of as well,
Hmm.
which I have to redo some of the text in a collection that I'm trying to release on Foundation at the moment because I realized I have a typo in there and that bugs me more than probably the person who's collecting it. But I absolutely love that one because
I'm in
it was
love.
a huge piece.
This one,
Oh,
the
thank you.
this one, the this. Whoa. Okay, that was
Oh,
different.
so this is a story.
Ah, okay, I see
But
it. I
yeah,
see
I
it.
do like the middle one for sure. No, there's a piece that I did that I really wanted to mint back when gas was so expensive on ETH called House on Blooming Hill. I did it in like 2002, I want to say, where the piece is large. I took little mise en scenes in them and I did hand drawings on top of it,
Okay.
meaning obviously on my tablet, but still I did all these outlines to sit there and pull the characters and creatures out of the scene. So the large piece has all of the drawings and like pieces in it. And then I have all these tiny sections, and I probably have like 24 sections inside this one large image.
Oh Lord. So lots of work went
Yeah.
into just that one image.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
It reminds me of recently on Warpcast, I had a conversation with an artist, and my post was show me a piece that you're most proud of, and he showed me kind of like he said, it's a large image where he took like about 24 to 30 different pieces and just added through it along like as the month went by.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I asked him like, how long did it take you? And he said he's like, I can't even tell you. I could just say I finished it in a month.
Yeah, no, sadly, probably one of my favorite pieces isn't even an NFT at the moment, but I tend to do a lot of drawing on recycled bags.
Really?
And I don't know if anybody can see this in my video screen, but
Oh, that's cool.
this is called like I did this in 2001, and this is called my bag love story, where I did it in an ambidextrous setting. I would switch off my left and right hands depending on what I was drawing and if it was more abstract or more like detail oriented. But like it's just whatever comes out in the brainchild.
Oh,
And it
that's
has
so
just got
cool.
so much stuff in it.
Yeah. That
And
is
I
so
did have
cool.
somebody offer to pay 25 bucks for it, and I was like, I'm not selling it for 25 bucks. It's worth way more than that.
uh, okay, here I did find. I think was it here? Hmm. I think it's here. Is that bag part of something that can be purchased here on society6.com/Jack?
Not yet. I should probably add it. I've done a lot of scans of it. I
Mm-hmm.
just, you know, have been trying to get more on the social side versus the selling side because you got to have the marketing capabilities in order to sit there and do it. And I'm like, all I want to do is create art all day. And I'd be a happy camper. Let somebody else help me with the marketing section.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's all like its own thing. Like it's hard to be the creative and the person that markets at the same time. Yeah, like in throughout like the time that I've been in show host, I've noticed that like yeah, it kind of comes down to like a 70-30 of like percent of artists that would that like the 30% being that artists can create and market like himself very effectively, and then there is the 70, which is like the artist just wants to create and they don't want to deal with any of like the the other part.
Yeah, that's sort of how my brain works is just let me generate, let me create, let me just have that freedom because it makes me happy doing so. Like, I hope other people find as much joy as I do when I'm making the art or generating it or co-creating it because it's just absolutely fun.
Mm-hmm. Okay, am I back at the right place? Oh no, it's right here. Okay, so I noticed like a design in your merch that you've been using is this beautiful city design. Um, what could you tell us about it? I'm only asking because like it's my favorite.
So yes, it is from me trying to do textile and collaging with AI as well. Um, it was a prompt that I would have to probably dig to find, but it was just me dealing with Chicago skyline because that's where I'm from, or the suburbs of Chicago if you're in Chicago, because you know people who aren't from here, you can say you're from Chicago, but if you say to anybody from Chicago that you are there and you're not, it becomes a talking point.
They'll find
Um,
you.
but it's just one of those things that I had that aha moment and just, you know, you deal like with AI as you do a camera. You take all of these pictures and you will maybe get a whole entire roll full of gold, or you could just have that one or two images from all of the prompting. And if you can get that one glamour shot for the campaign, that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm, exactly. So at least in here in Society 6, what is your favorite piece of merch on your profile?
I mean, probably that teddy bear.
Oh, teddy bear, this right here, this shirt.
Yeah.
So he's your favorite design.
Out
I,
of all the ones here, I mean, yeah, I definitely have an affinity for just things that look like you can cuddle them.
mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, right here. He's in a portrait.
Yeah. Just because it was like probably almost the same prompt that I did for a lot of the other ones that are on here, minus the girls and their fashion.
Mm-hmm.
But it just feels like that textile teddy bear that you had from like your childhood that
Mm-hmm.
anybody can relate to that just wants to find a nice home.
That's awesome. As far as like inputting the prompt for the for this little guy, by any chance do you recall kind of like how this all of this came together?
Sadly, no. This, because I think I haven't been on this site in at least a year because it says I joined in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, I just find things that feel like I would have done it, and because I do such artwork that's either very minimalistic or complete chaos, this is like the controlled chaos aspect that's in them.
Yeah, I'm like just thinking. I'm like, what does this prompt look like? It's like, okay, roses, flowers, plants, teddy bear.
Gonna tell you it's probably nothing like that at all. It's
No.
probably just word vomit because I tend to either write poems in there or put
Oh.
my inspirations from other places or like artists that I admire and fashion, things like that. And half the time, what I put in, I have no idea what I'm going to get out of it.
Uh, that,
So,
that's funny. Just a bunch of words. Um,
yeah, I don't prompt like a normal person. I'll
no,
tell you that
it.
much. It's like when I ask it for things direct, it won't give it to me anyway.
Yeah. I mean, the just now you kind of speaking about the process of your, how you develop these prompts. Like this is the first time I have heard of someone kind of using poems, like entering the prompts through poetry. That is really unique, and I see you're getting very good results out of this.
It is definitely fun, and actually, a lot of my friends, especially if they are in the musical variety, will prompt their own music. And I sat there and I have prompted other people's songs. And one of my favorite collections that I've done recently, which again, I need to have Dolly again to continue to do more of, is called You Can't Take It With You. And it comes from like the concept and a lot of the ideas in a Andy Grammer and Fits in the Tantrum song called Wrong Party.
Hmm.
So it has to deal with like you can't take the wealth with you. There's no U-Haul that you can like bring all your junk to the sky. You just have to party, have fun, get your connections here and now because when you're gone, you're just gone.
Enjoy it while you got it.
Exactly. You gotta make sure that you're honoring yourself and the others around you just from being able to sit there and have that community like you guys have here.
Hmm. Exactly. I'm just
And
gonna throw in
girls
there.
and non binaries and everyone else, please.
We love them all.
Yes,
um,
very much so.
so so okay, I'm going to switch the internet tab to where it is. Ah, your object.
My object.
Yes,
Yeah.
where you have just tons and tons of amazing work here. Um, I guess I could start off by like asking, like, by any chance is like how far, how often do you post on Object?
It has been a few days,
Uh, okay.
probably since my last one. I try to at least put a few pieces up a month.
Hmm.
I love to do gifts on here for sure. I got to do a few more collaborations as well because I have a few, and Odd Job has like two of my Jackie bots with Diego, and I have two more that I got to put up there. But I was still waiting for my second one to sell before I did that.
Well, it will happen. It will happen. And hello, Josh. I see you in the audience. Thank you for being here, brother. Um,
But
so,
my biggest thing right now is I've been doing a lot of minting on Zora because that's like where everyone on the base network is picking up art from.
mm-hmm.
And yeah, I to figure out what I want for my next collection or to continue to put on object for sure.
All right. I'm over here on Zora. Let's see. Is it Jack? Are you Jackie C? Did I?
It should probably be either jackiec.eth because it should be under my ETH address, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Gosh, I hope. If not, it's on my. It definitely is added to my beacons for sure.
Okay. Cool. I can go there. How many different platforms do you constantly mint your work into?
um,
Is that even the right word? Mint? No, it's more like create or publish. There we go.
so I probably stick with to about two or three of them at a time. So currently in this realm, it will be, I think, since we have a group collection on Foundation at the moment for the Wayward Artist Collective for our first show. I have that one, which I'm trying to work on. I have Zora, and then obviously Object, because so many people will still sit there and, pick you up for a few tes. And thankfully, I think I just got one of my pieces curated into somebody's collection recently, because that really made me excited.
Congratulations.
Where if you scroll down, oh,
Here,
you're
one second. Yeah, I'm gonna share your object here with everyone. Oh, why won't it send?
thank you.
Oh, here, maybe it's freaking out. I'll try this again. Oh, it's because of
I think somebody's trying to dance inside you.
oh, it's just rave mode happening. That's all. It's a bug that I'm deeming a feature on Decentraland.
That's fun. At least I keep going up and down, but at least I'm still dancing this entire time. So I set that up right somehow.
Alrighty, and I just shared your object into all platforms. We're also streaming on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube right now. Okay, so
So fun. We're all over.
indeed. So so you mentioned you wanted a.
So if you scroll down some,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so it's going to be the one all the way over to the right on the second row. That's the one that just got picked up, which I was really excited about.
Oh
Because
wow.
this one came from an old image as well, and there's a few of her in the series. And I think it actually came from like my Genesis too. I love feeding some of my old AI pieces back in and changing the prompts some.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to tell you, unless it like explicitly says like poem by me, AI and I definitely do my haikus too. My whole thing is I will sit there and I'll keep telling it, please, no rhyming, no alliteration. And I will try to keep going until I don't have that alliteration because it loves to rhyme things. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, how do I write a poem? Like everyone else. And like, that's not how I write poems. I will rhyme every once in a while, but for the most part, it's just whatever comes out of my brain ends up on paper.
Mm-hmm. And then AI assists.
For some of it. For my lyrics and my songs that I'm currently doing, like definitely. Oh yeah, so I guess my fourth platform at the moment is Sound XYZ, which I am probably gonna do an instrumental for my next track. But I did one release. Tomorrow it actually goes live for the public. So that's pretty cool. And it's going to be that top one. Yep.
Right here.
So, like, you can't hear it yet.
Aww.
But in 4 hours, if you want to buy it, you can listen to it.
So it goes live.
Or you can listen to it before you buy it, too.
All right. Well, you hear it here, everyone. And we're getting the alpha in 4 hours. Jackie will be dropping a song on sound.xyz. Here, I'll share the link in Decentraland and on streaming platforms in case any of you would like to mint one of Jackie's songs.
And look, I can actually see us at the bottom of the screen there for a split second.
Wow. Okay, I need to drop that follow on Sound. We were followed. I'm not a musician, but I am a collector. I'm a collecting camel.
I was gonna say I don't understand their camel art, but like obviously everyone who's collected from me are people that I know, and one other musician that I'm really excited about. So yeah.
Have you seen different variants of camels?
I don't think so.
Not yet.
I feel like maybe their headphones are a little bit different, but I can't tell.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I started and I keep trying to put a lot of my archival ones, I like to call them, up because I think that they have that wonderful quality And one of my main goals is like, when you see AI art and it's AI because you keep seeing the same face over and over again.
Hmm.
I try really hard to avoid that face because there's a
Okay.
few of them.
Oh, I see. Odd Job. He might be stepping away for the evening. Let's see. Yep, yep. Alrighty, Odd Job. Take care of yourself, and thank you so, so, so much for making this happen tonight.
Yes, thank you. You're wonderful.
Let's see. Ooh, what, am I in the right place? I feel like there were more. Uh,
I'm still very new to objects, to be honest with you. Like when the craze was going on, I definitely was not there. So I think what was missing are some of my collabs
yep,
that you're
yep.
seeing now.
Yep, right here. And I was going straight to my favorites. This one.
So yeah, this is with a wonderful human being, Stephanie. Like we started just chatting and she is just so lovely and honestly like one of her goals in life is to be a therapist. So like we connected on just the wanting and willingness to help somebody else. And let's see, I started with about 6 pieces that we minted on Revel.xyz. And after that, I've been trying to pull her into minting on different platforms and getting herself out there. And she definitely has a following too, which is amazing. And like, so many people come out and support her. And I've just slowly starting to trickle out some of our art. My next goal from her is to have her be a little bit more vulnerable because she can play a mean guitar.
Ooh, music collab
And
maybe?
well, I have this like video clip that I did of one of her AI pieces where I gave her angel wings and I have it moving just very slightly. And I just want a tiny little riff to be able to put behind it because I think that that will help elevate it so much more and like give a taste of the vulnerabilities that she has as well and just make it very over the top angelic, but
Mhm.
still like a little badass.
Yeah, I think that would be very powerful for her. Because like especially like in this Web3 space, it seems like yeah, there are the moon boys and whatever that chase any NFT, but there's also those individuals that crave authenticity, and their purchases are based on like the person. uh,
Oh yeah.
that's kind of how even myself, that's how I buy my NFTs. I I'm gonna say invest. I invest in the person, not the art or the hype that can come from their art.
Oh yeah, it has to resonate with you. I think one of the best things one of my friends said, because I was like, oh, you need funding? Like, I'll buy your art. And he goes, only buy it if it resonates with you. And it's
Aw.
like, well, okay, I'll give you money on the side, but yes, you're right. I'm not the biggest fan of the piece that you just put out, but I didn't say that to his face. But like he understood when I didn't buy it that that was the case.
Yeah, totally.
The-
Go ahead.
I think like even on Warpcast today, like I put out, hey, I have all this grind. Let me buy some art here. And the one thing about it was somebody put a naked girl underneath who, is upside down and very spry and whatnot. But I was like, that's great, but I'm going to give you a tip under here and I'm not going to buy it. Because I don't buy nudity just for nudity. I buy it because it has emotion behind it. I
Hmm.
do it because it's a powerful piece, not just because, she's doing gymnastics.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. uh, we, in a way, we're almost alike in, between our, um, the way we operate when buying or, kind of, I keep using this word investing, but I don't want to use it. I need a better word.
Supporting.
Supporting. There we go. And then this one was actually like my first favorite. The other one's my second favorite. This one resonates.
Oh, so this one actually, like a lot of the ones that I absolutely became obsessed with her was this one prompt that I created, and I had about 4 or 5 different pieces of art inside of it, and it just kept creating like bangers after bangers. Like I even had the word and misspelled. I said SND, and when I tried to change it, it didn't work anymore. But it's about sitting there and bringing the darkness and light together and just like creating your own story and transmuting yourself. And like the fact that all of these images just keep getting out of it, like just made me so happy. Like one of my favorite ones is still available on what is it? Exchange Art. And it's just it looks like a charcoal drawing, but it's not charcoal at all. And she's just, you know, a topless girl with wings behind her, and it's just black and white, and just she looks like she's so free.
Hmm.
Like I just want to embody that essence like on every day. And like I put it as a pack for friends to buy, and I was like, well, I gotta the place I was trying to put it up at, you can't do nudity on. So
Hmm.
I covered up the nipples and just let it go. So it was like, okay, it's a completely different piece of art without it, right? So
Hmm.
it's okay if I sell it again.
So I am on Exchange. I'm probably not gonna show the one you're describing because Twitch will that's a no-no for Twitch. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I get that. But you have the one that Oddjob has bought
Aja bought this.
instead.
Oh.
Yes, he did.
Let's go. Yes.
This is the first collab that I put outside of that platform out. And I showed it to him first, and he's like, okay, when that goes on sale, I want it.
I mean, it's beautiful. So good snag, odd job. Good purchase. Uh,
Yeah, she's one of the only people that I actually can get the likeness of, but I sit there and I keep creating the art and generating it until I see her face come out, because sometimes it still won't happen that way.
mhm.
But like when I see one that I'm like, oh, this is Stephanie,
Mhm.
I just keep out painting it. I keep creating with it because I learned from my initial AI journey. It's so much harder to fix hands, it's so much harder to fix faces. But if you get it to begin with, keep going. You got the gold. Just keep going with it.
Mhm. Oh man, those hands are a pain.
Sometimes I get them.
Uh,
It's very exciting.
uh, I know like of a lot of artists that don't have that much luck with their hands with AI, and it gets to the point where like they even just like don't publish the piece because of it.
Oh, I'm like that too, for sure. But like also, I'm not really good with hands as a technical drawer. So I go, AI's just copying me. It's fine.
Yeah, yep. So with Tangled Beauty, I found the poem to be, very it was a very nice poem to read. I was wondering if you could read it out for us. For if not, I will.
I made it larger. Again, I have to be honest and blunt. I fed the image into AI, to GPT. And again, since it doesn't have my name at the bottom of it, like
Hmm.
the collab piece that I have up with my friend Anna Van Tassel, which I wrote that one myself. This one was just facilitated by me, but created with AI.
Hey, it's still art. Take it
Oh,
away.
I I agree, because without me actually putting it out there, it would have been lost in the ether forever.
Mm-hmm.
Her soul's tapestry, tangled with life's stark contrast, pain and beauty merge. Each line tells a tale of love lost and battles won, scars hidden in art. With every heartbeat, life's stark ink spills over, ephemeral grace.
Good awesome collaboration with your AI friend. Is it ChatGPT or was it like a different software?
So that's ChatGPT for sure. Again, as I said, until recently, pretty much everything I was doing was coming out of GPT. I was lucky enough to, up until now, never have paid for the use of DALL-E.
And now
I have applied again to be in their artist program, but I'm not quite sure if I'll get it yet. Now with this purchase, I think I might buy another month. It costs $20 a month. So thank you.
Yep. I'm loading my collection up with Jacque artwork.
Well, Stephanie's also going to be extremely happy with this too, because she's definitely a collaborator on it. I used her likeness. It is 100% just, whenever I do collaborations, I always have to make sure with the other person that they're okay with it before I release it. Currently, I have like 50 pieces. I made it mid-journey probably or more with Aoife, and she is an incredible physical artist who is delving into the worlds of AI as well. And I've been bugging her for months if I could do a collab, and then she finally has okayed me to do it. We've released one piece on orbs, and I'm currently waiting to see what she says I can release for the next piece.
I love it. Yeah, I mean, I personally would even like to connect with Stephanie. If, you know, if one day we can get her on the show and it's something that she would be comfortable with, I would love to introduce her to everyone as well.
Not quite sure if Twitch will like half of the stuff that she posts. Got to give you a forewarning. She definitely is amazing, though. And I would be happy, and of course, Oddjob would as well, because, you know, when we were discussing our collabs, it was me, Oddjob, and Giuseppe and Stephanie just deciding on what we should do, how we should approach it. Because, like, they were so great in facilitating just, you know, if we do this, it's going to go over well.
Yep. So
you got to have the multiple perspectives.
definitely.
It can't just be like, you know, two females at times working together on it. You need to know like what the other genders think. You need to know what the other brains are actually perceiving, because without that talk and dichotomy, you can sit there and you can really split yourself off from half your audience.
Yeah.
If not more.
Yep. Yep. That is very true. Very true. So I see that we've been going for about an hour now. How are you looking on time?
My dog's doing okay.
Reason I ask is because I do have a couple more like topics we could possibly dive into if you're open to them.
Sure. You can do at least one or two more.
Yep. That's what pretty much what I had in mind. Here, I'm just getting back on Decentraland after my crash. Sorry, everyone, but I'm back. I'll stand right next to Mew here. So yeah, you had mentioned I forget it. I forget the name, but I do know the channel name. WAC. WAC. I know that you are a co-host for WAC on Warpcast with Oddjob. What can you tell us about it?
So, Ajab and I started chatting when I started using Warpcast more. That there's so many artists that we've met throughout and just connected with on different platforms. And where's a way that all of us in this new quote unquote purple app can actually have a place to just express ourselves authentically without having the fear of the algorithm, which can play an awful role,
Mm-hmm.
do things that we don't want to do.
Yeah.
And so, like, it started with the two of us. We started pulling in people, and hopefully it will snowball from there. But, like, a lot of us did come from the Revel community. I've pulled a lot of my friends from the Scent community, and I know that AMA is starting to pull people over from, like, the Hug community and other places. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just people that may have not met each other before, people that, just want to be themselves.
Yeah.
And Oddjob has brought over so many talented artists that I am just in awe of. Like, honestly, I don't even know how he finds these people. But like Jolene is amazing. Like, I'm gonna probably butcher some of these other names. Like Honey, I think it's her name. Like, makes me want, yeah, her. Makes me want to just know more of what is behind her art. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what is her story? How does she even come up with these amazing drawings and creations? Like, some of them just make me want to cry for the world, and other ones just, like, I wish they were cheaper so I could afford them.
Oh, this one's beautiful. Oop, there.
Oh, a lot of her stuff is like pretty much gone, and you can only get it on secondary on Object.
Dang
Like,
it.
I know, I know.
You can't collect it. Tell her to release more, please.
She has one, I think, is one edition left, which is the child holding on to his umbilical cord,
Mm-hmm.
which, it really resonates with me, but also, like, it sort of makes me sad every time I see it too. But, like, that's life. Art is supposed to invoke emotion. Art is supposed to make you want to know more, want to just see what's inside the artist's soul.
Mm-hmm. 100%. Yeah. And what other, who are other artists that you're kind of impressed with, or
I mean,
go ahead.
there's many in the group. I love Southern. She has been like my guiding rock.
Yes.
Like, J Rob is just like probably one of my best friends these days. I am completely obsessed and love how Sarah Naves, we call her SK, like, she has gone from physical art. She is one of the greatest penmans that I've ever seen. Like, her stuff sings. And she's sitting here now and she's learning AI art. And
Oh.
she's understanding that it is not as easy as it looks. She is trying to figure out her voice and figure out how to work with the technology, because it isn't as simple as just putting in a prompt and getting a meme. It takes more effort and, like, figuring out what you like and curating it. But I was really lucky. She gifted me a piece that she did on the tablet, and it is just, again, not PC enough, but it is stunning. and she had this one piece that she created when her account got banned from Twitter X, and she finally put it on sale. It was more money than I wanted to spend, but I told her I wanted it, so I spent 30 tes on it because like it is just a self-portrait of her coming out of like this X-shaped hole in the wall, and the detail is outstanding.
You're going to
Like,
have to share that one with me after the show.
it's a one of one and it's mine. I'm not giving it up for anything unless she does something fashion oriented, because her detailing in her fashion is like stuff that I have always aimed for in creating my physical artwork too. Like, just like this is another one of her AI ones, but like it's so exciting to see a physical artist sit there and create AI art and understand that it's something that takes time. It's something that you literally have to work with, not just let it do itself.
It takes time. It takes time, and you know, dedication, and also open mind.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so there it is, Wayward Artist Collective. I mean, definitely when I got into Warpcast through Oddjob like about maybe almost a year ago, and I didn't really get active until maybe a couple months ago. And yeah, the Wayward Artist Collective was one of the groups that I joined. You're asking, how does Oddjob find these people? Same way he found me.
But he didn't find you in Decentraland? I thought that you were there first.
Yeah, I've been there, but like even like my personal experience with meeting Oddjob, like he's always just been like that warm human being, like always open and curious, wanting to know more. I just bumped into him one morning after just being up all night, like streaming on Decentraland, and I go to Wonder Mines, and I'm like, hey everyone, I don't know, giveaway or something. And then Oddjob comes in and he's like, hey, what's up? Like, this is a cool platform. I've been here for like a couple months. Like, I enjoy it. I come here every morning for my coins. And then he's like, check out these, check out these wearables that I made. And then he sent me like his glasses. I'm sure he sent you like they're like clear frame glasses. He sent
His
me
horn rim glasses, yeah, I got those.
Yep. And yeah, from there, like, you know, I followed him on Twitter, he followed me on Twitter, and then through Twitter, I would be posting like, hey, event here, like on Decentraland, and then one day, just Oddjob pops into the dollhouse on Decentraland, like, hey, I saw a Twitter post about this, like, what's up everyone, I didn't know there were parties. And then from there, it's you know, Oddjob and I have just been close friends. He's one of my special friends for sure. I met him in Miami.
Oh, that's amazing. I would love to. I think he lives in the Midwest now, right?
Yes.
I really want to do a Midwest meetup of things. I know my friend Babbage keeps talking about it all the time. But can you pinch me right now? Do I have a lightning bolt by my name?
Let's take a look.
Can you pinch me right now? Did this actually happen?
Oh my god.
Am I a power user now?
Wait a second.
Did I break the algorithm? I've been invisible for 6 months almost. I broke the algorithm.
That is awesome. Good catch. Good catch.
Okay. So one way to break the algorithm, make a frame. Like those word frames. Make word frames.
Even if I'm not an artist, like, could I do a video with it or something like that?
It's a word. It's a 5-letter word.
Oh.
I've been posting them all day.
These guys?
Nothing framed. Yes.
Oh.
Make some of those.
I am
seriously
marking these. Okay.
I had the ability to post videos earlier today, which I was so excited about
That is odd, yeah.
because no one can post videos except for if you're a power user. Wait, I broke the algorithm. I can help people be seen on Warpcast finally. Oh my god.
uh,
I'm like gonna cry right now.
I mean, this is a big moment for any of
It
you listening. Could you explain the power badge and what benefits it brings to users on Warpcast?
I have no idea what benefit it brings except for it helps your social like networking on it. But without it, you get lost in the void. I
Hmm.
have it. I have one NFT that I did that I only got 19 mints on, but it was about being shadow banned. It was about this void. It was about just the fact that when you're an artist and you're trying to live in a dev environment, being seen is so hard. And all of us artists just want to have the genuine connections. And honestly, if you are on Workcast and you are listening to this, my direct chats are always open. Just let me know you met me here, and I will help you out any way that I can because I had a support system over just a few days to help me get this. But I've been unseen for months. You should see some of the messages that I've sent people where I was like, I left you a comment under here.
Hmm.
And I thought I was getting ghosted. You're not getting ghosted, I promise you. Just reach out to somebody. Reach out to me. Anybody can message me as long as you're a human. If you're a bot, I'm going to ignore you. But I am here because I've been there. And it is the worst feeling in the world. Trust me. I know.
Hmm.
And all I want to do now with this is to help others.
Congratulations. I mean, yeah, definitely a power badge does help you help others, be seen on the
I don't know if I'll
platform.
keep it. I don't know if they'll let me keep it, but I'm going to try.
For this next week, you're gonna go in on that power badge.
For this next week, when my allowance goes up, hit me up. I will give you degen. I promise. It might not be a lot. I only have 5 that I didn't even use today because it's already over.
You
I
just
forget.
reminded
But
me.
it ends at 8 o'clock on whatever time zone it is, and I completely forgot today.
Yeah, same, same. I think it's Eastern
I
time zone because it's 12 a.m. UTC. So yeah.
So you're saying I can give you 5 degen right now?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can. If
we're,
it resets, then I'm good. If it doesn't reset, then I'm blaming you.
we're this is beyond the NFT, everybody. We making degen. um,
Yeah, I'm gonna give you 5 on the one that you just bought.
thank you, thank you. Um, man, as a Warpcast user, I know exactly how invisible you are when you don't have that power badge. So it brings me great joy to see this and for to have that genuine reaction here on the show tonight for the
It happened
discovery.
here. It's because I'm here. I
uh,
swear.
and I this is a moment I am going to treasure for sure. You just made beyond the NFT history.
Oh gosh. When Ajab asked me, I was like, one of my biggest things that I always forget and try to remember is, just say yes.
Hmm.
Whatever it is, if it's within your power, just say yes and try to go from there. Because again, I get to hang out with you. I get to chat with all these wonderful people. And you get to see me almost cry in Decentraland. So sorry, not sorry.
uh,
I guess I'm doxxed now for sure.
mhm. Here we are.
Uh,
uh,
yeah, you don't need 400 followers to be able to get a power badge. You don't need all these things. You just need to be a genuine human.
Just needs a
That's
human.
it.
Yep, with a little under 200 followers. You made it. You
You
made it.
know how much grinding that took to get the 200 followers?
I
So
know.
much,
I know.
so much.
Yesterday I messaged Odd Job. I'm like, I casted 35 times today. Do I have a problem? He's like, nah, those are rookie numbers. Nah, he's like, nah, you're in the average.
Oh yeah, you should see my numbers over the weekend. It skyrockets. But holy cow right now. Holy cow.
So, kind of, I guess this could be even a good segue into um, kind of like, do you have any advice or any tips that you could give to any new artists coming into the Web3 space from a traditional artist background into coming in and, making their first NFT?
Create what you want. Literally, if you like it, if you make one other person happy with it, that's great. Honestly, don't chase a trend. Trends will come and go. Your art will last forever. If you
Hmm.
like it, honestly, that's, again, all that matters. Try to hop onto spaces. They're scary. They're sometimes awful to do. But if you see one friendly face and they can invite you on stage, just shoot your shot and go for it.
Hmm.
I've been trying to do those more, and it is even hard for me to sit there and do it, but like, I try.
Hmm. Yep. Yep.
And one big thing that I've heard from my friend's face yesterday, don't shill in DMs. Don't hit up collectors that way. They don't like it. Make the genuine connection with them first. Chat with them just like we're chatting right now. And artists are sometimes your biggest advocates and collectors because we want to see others succeed and share our own success.
And those are that is 100% like the truth. I thank you for sharing your insights and the advice that you would give to new people coming into our crypto space, into our NFT world. uh, Sorry, I got
Oh, and
sidetracked by a
keep
message. Go ahead.
keep your, wallets and your seed phrases and keys secret. Never give them out. Keep them somewhere so you know where they are. Um, and yeah, I mean, try not to have too many wallets. And the best thing to do, sadly, is to get like your ENS address or your base address so people can actually identify you other than just a string of numbers.
Yes, very important. When you mentioned safety, revoke cache, wallet
Yes.
guard. Yes, make sure to check both of those things out. Wallet guard has this, and maybe Jackie, maybe you don't haven't heard about it.
I don't know wallet guard,
Oh,
no.
okay. So wallet guard
But
was
grab a ledger.
hey, oh, yes. Also get a ledger for safety. That's a cool ledger you have. I have
I got two more NFTs if
I
somebody wants to
have
buy one
a
off of me.
just a
This one
minute.
hasn't been used yet. This is the Dead Fellows one.
Oh,
And
okay.
then I have the Bob, the black on black, and that's the one that I finally put a little bit of money into, but I've had it for a year and it took me so much time to even set it up.
It's one of those things that's scary. Like it comes in the mail, you just have the box sitting there for like months, and then you're like looking at it, looking back at your computer, keep working, until you're just like, I'm gonna do it.
That and try to wait until gas is cheap.
Mm-hmm.
If not, like the first NFTs that I ever minted, like gosh, I spent hundreds of dollars minting them.
And
So,
gas, and just gas,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and just gas.
Uh,
But
Go ahead.
people will recognize you if you try and do it enough.
Mm-hmm.
And like what I sadly should have done Claire Silver's contest that ends tomorrow, but I didn't
I
do
love
anything with
Claire.
video.
For,
Yeah, I am really lucky that I got her right to mint fund last year. So I got $50 in ETH to be able to
nice.
mint a few pieces, and those are pretty much on Maker's Place and Known Origin. And then recently, not her most recent cohort, but I ended up getting into her cohort 9, which again, so many of those people got my messages like, have you seen me on Warpcast? Do you know that I exist? Like, Let's Glitch It was one of them. Like, she's one of the sweetest people in the world, too. And I was like, I tried to comment under you. Do you see me?
Hello.
She's like, no,
Yeah,
I'm not in the picture, but that's okay. I'm
my
still dancing on like up in the sky.
my advice that I give to people whenever and this happens to every account, like like you mentioned, not everyone is seen in those priority tabs, so you have to go through every single tab and just like keep clicking and it will refresh, and then go to the next, to the mentions, click away, like double click the mentions button, refresh it, and then look
Yeah.
there. You have to go through every single one, because there's even like followers that I've gotten that I know that, like, I've they followed me, and I've gone like a few days without even knowing that they followed me until I clicked that follow tab in the notifications.
Oh yeah, no, I tend to not see those in there. I have to go into my number count. That's how I see things, and those are wrong half the time too.
Yes, yes. Like when you go on Dracula, it sometimes shows you have like more, two or three more, and you're like, really? Do I? Or, or are you
Yeah,
messing with me? All right.
definitely.
So perhaps maybe we can get into our closing questions here. How, what do you
Sure.
think? What are your
If
goals?
not, we'll talk for another 10 hours, and
I
I need to work at some point.
yeah, hey, I told you in our messages, like, there's so much that I'm already calling a second episode with Jackie for Beyond the NFT. If you're open, of course.
I am, for sure. I am really enjoying this. It gets me out of my comfort zone, which, again, if you guys have comfort zone problems, I highly suggest role playing games. They're great. Try to be a bard. Or for me, I did about a year and a half, 2 years of a trivia host, even though the bar I was at had me speaking into a wall. At least my voice echoed.
uh, yep. And so, I guess first closing question. What are like, as a creative, like, what are your goals?
Oh gosh. My goals are to somehow find a way of making art my full-time job. That would be great.
Hmm.
Another goal is to just continue to facilitate and help artists get to be with each other, set up connections. Like, if I had all the money in the world, I would probably want to create a platform that we feel safe in to sell our art and know that it's not going to get picked up from others, because I have to deal with that on a lot of my daily life. I work for a framing company at the moment, and every piece of art that I have sold to my boss to put up in places all over the States, I won't give her the file. I want to do that for other artists too.
Hmm.
We should own the rights to the work that we create and get royalties on it. And that's another reason why NFTs are so great,
Hmm.
is you can set it up, and as long as they don't take off your royalties on like OpenSea, if it's a secondary sale, you're going to get something from it.
Yep.
So
You-
I just want to continue to facilitate the artists, because we're a language that anybody can understand. And you can have your own interpretation of it, and that's perfectly okay. But it is universal.
Yep, that is true. That is true. Wow. I mean, those are very, very good goals to have in mind. And, even just looking at myself, like, it's like we align that way. It's like I just want to create a platform to to show off my friends here. Like, there are so many talented people here on Decentraland currently that I could just speak hours about, So,
I
man,
mean, you just look at all the outfits that everyone's wearing. Like, that is an extension of a personality there. That is somebody's soul in their truest form. So, yes, everything about it is art.
hmm everything down to the world itself, because even the Central Land in itself, it's a digital platform that was built through just a bunch of code, and then just
Yeah.
brought to life. So I always like to add my coder friends in the mix when I talk about artists.
Coding is an art form I don't understand. It is a completely new language. Like, I am in awe of anybody who can actually sit there and understand it. I've tried to, because I took classes in doing front end design, and half of that is like C++, and you know I could build a basic web page, but that is a art form and such a beautiful thing to do because it allows everyone to shine.
Yep, yep. And it can be shared through like throughout just the internet. It could just like millions of people could have potentially see it. Oh my god! I look. It looks like I am nearing the end of my Beyond the NFT. I can't speak anymore.
If they did coding and just did it color oriented, I'd be good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Give
Uh,
me colors to press.
yep. No, no, no code building, please. Which here on Decentraland, the Last Slice Collective is working on a no-code solution for builders. So yeah, they've been working hard, and it's looking good as they put it together. Maybe one day you could test it out for them.
I am a wonderful beta tester. I'd love that.
um,
I,
oh, go ahead.
say I may not be good at the steps to reproduce, but I can definitely tell you what's wrong.
We can definitely find the bugs.
Oh, yes.
So last question. What is the best way to contact you? Like that someone could reach you, and either if it's for a collab or just to say hi or just to appreciate your work.
I mean, My Beacons is a great place on Instagram, which I'm slowly trying to sunset, but I'm posting on there every once in a while still. And Twitter, it's Jackie C underscore art. And then pretty much everywhere else, like, I mean, yeah, if you're on Warpcast, thankfully I got Jackie before anybody else. Hit me up there. Or, I mean, if you're in any Discord, just find me and tag me. That is also Jackie C underscore art. Because, again, it's taken most places. So I have my three iterations. It's either Jackie, or I do Jackie C, or Jackie C underscore art. And if it looks like either a PFP that looks like me or something that looks like a crazy druid that's dripping in AI, it's pretty much all the same person.
Thank you, thank you. And I know I said that was the last question, but I did find a question on Twitch from our good friend Rustan. He is a very talented body artist. I think I should show.
Oh,
Yes.
he's in Whack as well. No,
Yes,
he's
yes.
really amazing and does his little AI art too, which I told him he needs to paint all over her body.
Yes. Everything needs to be painted by Rustan. That's what I tell everyone. I'm just I'm over
Oh,
here.
yeah.
I'm always telling him like, "Hey, I want a place in line to be body painted by you."
I would love that as well. I mean, what The one that he did of the shark person was completely mind blowing.
Yes, that is actually one of his like I believe, and I'm sorry, Rustan, if I'm misspeaking, like, but I think he mentioned before that it's like one of his more notable pieces. And if you still see my screen share right here, I have the NFT.
It's currently on Warpcast at the moment.
Oh, okay, sorry. Oh,
I think you're on your second monitor that you're looking at.
Yes, yes.
There you go. That's the one. Yes.
Yeah, okay, yes. Yeah, I mean, spectacular piece, and I am, a proud holder of this NFT. I'm gonna diamond hands it until like costs 1 million ETH, so Ruslan could get 5% of that or whatever his cut is.
I think on OpenSea you could actually change it to a higher percentage if you really wanted to. But yeah.
Yep. Yep. 10%.
Oh, it's 10%.
Yep.
That's nice.
And I also have the Decentraland wearable. Oh, maybe forward here. Yep, which is a 1 of 10 here on the Decentraland platform. So I am a fan as well. We got sidetracked here with the Rustan, with the Rustan love. His question was, how do you make a word frame on Warpcast? So this is
okay.
I have it pulled up right
here.
So
you just go create my own.
All right. We click.
You choose a 5-letter word.
A 5-letter word. Let's see.
Yep. Try not to repeat any letters in your 5 letters.
Oh man, now I'm feeling the pressure. I can't think of a 5-letter word. Enter. All right, so create.
Oh, but you repeated E, but that's okay, I guess.
Oh, I repeated E. Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So it's basically you enter a word.
You want to just do exit?
Yes. Oh, because it could be exits with an S at the end.
Plural. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
And then just press create.
Create.
And share it.
And then share.
And literally, I had so many Power Badge users play mine.
Ah, I see.
Over the past 2 days. So every time that they do it, if they don't change what's written on it, your name gets said by them.
Ah, okay. So this is cool. I'm definitely okay, maybe.
And then share it in the Framed L channel.
Framed.
The one that looks like the little frame logo.
Yep, right
there.
All right.
And then cast.
And then
you did your first one.
We have successfully posted a word frame on Warpcast.
But I do notice a lot of Power Badge users like to play it.
I see.
So.
So a good way to kind of like get engagement within it.
Get engagement because it's on their channel. They see a new one and they're like, oh, let's give this one a try. Or I tagged a few people in mine. Like, if you want to tag like Oddjob, say like, hey, I just made this one. Like, see if you can crack it.
Mm-hmm.
Or like tag like your few Power Badge users that play.
Okay.
And go from there.
Okay. Thank you so much for the advice here on Warpcast. Invisible me still, but but
hey,
we'll get
you know what? When I followed you at one point and you didn't follow me back, I started unfollowing everyone. So I was like, oh, he finally followed me. We're finally in the same group together, because you're in that group chat too, right?
Yep. Yeah, in all honesty. Nation. Yep. In all honesty, it took me going to my follows. Like you see right now, right here, in my priority, I didn't get this new friend that have started following me, which kind of might be a bot. I've seen the name before, but I've seen it with a lot more followers.
Oof.
So I'm not sure yet. but yeah, it doesn't show up unless you are a Power Badge priority person. So okay, yeah, I guess we covered my final questions. Rustan's question, he said that he made one already as you explained it, so we're good to go.
Hopefully, you
Um,
tagged Oddjob in it and said, have fun.
yes, make sure to tag Oddjob in it, Rustan. And yeah, any
You
closing
can tag me
thoughts?
too. I might not play though.
Tag Jackie. Any final thoughts you would like to leave us with before we close down?
Oh gosh. Always be yourself. There's no one else that you are made on this planet to be. And honestly, if it stops being fun and play, reach out to a friend. They'll help you see what you can't see in yourself because sometimes we need that other person to sit there and say, it's okay. We all need help sometimes. And it's okay to cry and show emotion. It's very healthy. And I do it a lot. And my dog says hi if you see her head.
What's the pup's name?
Her name is Killa. She's a rescue. I've had her for about 8 years now.
Oh, hello, Killa. Nice to meet you. Aw. Well, thank you, Jackie, so much for being on Beyond the NFT tonight. I know it was like literally such a last minute thing, and and but I really appreciate your time tonight.
Sometimes the best things in life happen when they're least expected.
Hmm. Exactly. Thank you, and one last thank you. uh,
Having me.
And to everyone on Decentraland and all streaming platforms, my love goes out to you. Thank you so very much for attending tonight's show. I hope you enjoyed our interview here with Jackie. She is such a talented person and such a kind soul. I I look forward to just being around the just being around her growth and watching it firsthand from from either Warpcast or any platform that I follow from. I will definitely be following her with any drops that she may have in the future, as well as that song in about 4 hours, maybe less now because we've been here for 2 hours. In 3 hours and 6 minutes, there will be a mint. See Through the Haze, Rise Up by. Oh.
Poem that I did. It's one of my happier songs, oddly enough. I do a lot of probably sad music. But you can catch all of those on Scent because they're still available for streaming now.
I even clicked the button, get notified. I'm subscribed. And yeah, thank you everyone. Please stand by. I'm gonna raid any viewers from Twitch onto a different channel, and oh, excuse me. As well as yeah, maybe we can find something to watch here for the next hour or so. Just wind down for the evening. Thank you everyone once again, and yeah, please stand by. Bye. See
Thank
you
you so
next.
much.
See you next week.
I mean, he was right. And